This is a money. I can speak English. Hi, I'm Vicky, and as I promised, I'm gonna show you today my second sketchbook. If you haven't seen the first video about the first sketchbook, I'm gonna link it down below, so check it out. Also, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more like this. And let's get started. So, as usual, my sketchbook is down here in front of me, so I'm recording that with my camera and myself with the phone, if you were wondering. Yeah, so the first one right here is the perspective theme. Just a reminder, we had every week a different theme in the class, so this one was the last remaining from the previous one. And the next was fashion. So I was creating these watercolor pieces, and I tried to use complementary colors, so the orange and purple, or actually orange and blue is complementary, but you know, basically her skin is kind of yellowish, so that makes it also like double complementary, I guess. Then some easy ones. This one is kind of cool. It's like really simple, and I like that the watercolor isn't so dominant, so I think it makes it look fresh. Although maybe I would have used, I mean, I made it, so you know, but now looking at it, I think I should have added some liner some places, because it's kind of like, you know, like the lines are getting a little bit lost. One of the recommended artists was Elizabeth Payton, and she has some pictures of Twilight, and the 5th book actually came out in August, last year's August, and I have, at the time when I was like doing this sketchbook, I was just finishing that book, and when I saw that she has painted like some scenes from it, I was very, you know, like inspired, and I wanted to do the same, so I tried to paint this scene from Twilight, actually. So it's basically just watercolor. I tried to keep it simple, you know, I didn't really bring much detail to it, but I think the characters like Edward and Bella are pretty recognizable, I think. So yeah, moving on. The next week's theme was pop art and national art. So first there was these donuts. Actually they are all like acrylics and like you know, this liner, but this thick liner, you know. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, I made this. I didn't really like the background. I think it's too dark. The blue is a little bit patchy as well, and I don't know, otherwise I really enjoyed making this too, so I think it's really fun for me to make like pop art paintings. I think it's awesome. Oh, this is my favorite. Yeah, so I was like looking for inspiration, and of course I copied, as usually. You can learn the most if you copy others, so you should copy when you learn how to paint and about the different styles and stuff. So I think it's kind of okay to copy when you're still learning, when you're in university or high school or something, or you're not even learning in school but by yourself. I think it's the best if you copy, you know. So these are not going to be exhibited or anything like that, so these are just you know, for the class and for myself to try out different things. So so yeah, but I really enjoyed making this. I think there is a story here, you know, so yeah. And here we are the next week already. Here in the middle there is a little bleeding, or actually it was like yeah, just went over from the previous page. Anyway, so the next week's theme was collage. and collage and mixed media. So at here, the first page, I was trying to use only white paper, like different kind of textured white papers. And on the second, I tried to bring in some color with the pinks as well, so it wouldn't be the same. These are pretty abstract. I didn't even think of any figurative thing with collage, because I don't know, to me that's like kind of difficult, and I've tried it before and I didn't really like it. So I figured I would try some abstract with collage. So on this one I used paint, like black paint and this yellowish paint on the base, and then I glued some paper on, like here you can see the outline of it, and then I painted on it as well, but somehow it melts in so much, especially like over here, that I decided to just, you know, glue on some more paper and not paint over it anymore. So for these I was using different papers. These are like craft papers for like scrapbook. At first here I tried to keep the shape, this kind of squarish shape. These are kind of, you know, predictable, like what comes where and stuff, but this is like kind of like random, because I also had these leftovers, these long stripes, and I wanted to use them too, so I figured I would just glue them on randomly. Oh yeah, next week. Oh my god, that was my favorite of all. It was borrowed, copied, and stolen. And I figured that I would draw or paint the most stolen paintings, or the most famous stolen paintings. First here, there is the Mona Lisa. This is the most famous stolen painting, of course by Da Vinci, but I try to recreate it a little bit with pencil. And this is the world's most stolen artwork, because this is one of the oldest out of them, and it's the Ghent altarpiece, the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, and this is a part of one of the paintings in the altar, which is like down here, and this lamb is in the middle, in the back, and there are like angels all around it and everything. And then these were my favorites, like these are, or the originals, of course, not these. The originals were part of the biggest art theft in history, where they have stolen like 13 artworks from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. This one was Rembrandt's self-portrait. It's like a very, very tiny little etching, I believe. Yeah. This is a Monet. So this is a Monet, and by the way, they have never found those. This is a drawing of a sculpture by Marcel Duchamp called Fountain, but it's actually just a porcelain urinal which has been like turned. Then this drawing is of a painting called Olympia by Manet from 1963, and it's interesting because he has used similar position for the main character of the painting from Titian. Titian's Venus of Urbino from 1534, and he has used the same position or similar position from an earlier painting of him and his teacher Giorgione. So I think it's interesting to see how other artists steal from each other as well. But I think it's also about getting inspired by other artists, and not necessarily to actually steal some position or some you know, like detail of others' paintings. I think it's also the sign of admiration that they have admired previous artists and previous styles, because of course like the Titian's and Manet's styles are like very different. So I think it's nice to revisit like earlier pieces and kind of to translate them to the current styles or current feelings, you know. So from here we could basically do anything we wanted, and I wanted to make another pop art painting, and you know, from pop art it came to my mind pop music, and the first one who came to my mind was Ariana Grande. So I tried to draw her in this style, in this kind of cartoonish style. I think I have a video of it, I'm gonna link it down below as well, so check it out. Then I really like avocados, so I wanted to paint avocados, and I found this picture, I think it was on Pinterest, and I wanted to paint that. Then this is also watercolor, like both of them are watercolors, and this is a monochrome painting, and there are some like, you know, plants in pots, like there is nothing really to say about it, it's just a black marker, like pretty basic. And these are clouds. Nowadays I'm pretty obsessed with clouds, like in the past year I think I'm pretty obsessed with clouds, and somehow I'm never completely satisfied how they turn out. And I try to, you know, like practice a little bit with pencil and watercolor, but of course like actual painting, like when I paint with acrylic or oil especially, somehow they look so clumsy, you know, like I don't really like how they turn out to be, and I want to get better at that. So I think I am gonna practice that in the future a little bit. And then another like marker drawing of space. There is a little bleeding over here too from some previous page. And these I really just made because they are easy. I'm not satisfied with this, how it turned out. I think it's too small and the lines are kind of clumsy, so I don't like this one bit. I tried to make the face with one line. Of course not like over here, but the, you know, mouth and ear and the eye. And I tried another one, but I don't know. I don't like so much these one-liners. I mean, I'm not certain of my lines, you know, when I draw. Like sometimes I'm afraid that I'm gonna mess it up, you know. I think that's a common problem of artists. They want to do everything like perfectly, and they are control freaks. I think so. At least I know I am. And the last one was another easy drawing of a landscape. This was my second and last sketchbook of the sketchbook seminar course in my university, so I hope you found it inspiring. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and like this video. Also share it with your friends if you want to help me grow. And see you guys next week. Bye!